Hi everybody, we are at Hicks Art Center and I'm here with Heather Dalton. My name's Clifford Eberly and I'm the exhibitions associate here. And I zoomed into the weaving that we're going to talk about, and this is Heather. So Heather, this piece is called Singing to the Moon, and this is in Winter Impressions, the exhibition here at Hicks Art Center. So this piece is important, as all of your weavings are, but I want to start a little bit back in time, because you mentioned that you actually went here to Bucks, and what classes did you take?
Mostly the jewelry making.
Okay.
Lost wax casting, all that good stuff. But I mean, most art history, art in general. But I still make jewelry to this day. But I'm always open for something new. So I will learn other things. I'm actually mostly known for Chinese brush painting and Chinese calligraphy. But
No
as
kidding.
I said, I do many different kinds of artwork, and I'm up for trying new stuff.
That's amazing. Well, and it's interesting too because I mean the jewelry studio is still just right over there behind us, and so you spent what, like 2 years here or so, more or less?
Yeah, back in the early '90s, which feels like a million years ago.
Right, I feel the same. That's when I did my undergrad, so kind of like the late '80s. So I feel your remembrances of that time period, and so fast forward up to like 2020, I would say. Is that like right about the time you started weaving? And how did that sort of begin for you?
Well, I always had an interest in weaving, and luck would have it, just as it happened at the beginning of 2020 and of 2019, I got a kit and I was able to get some instruction on what I was doing, and boom, there's a pandemic. And that really carried me through the pandemic. I pretty much weaved through the whole pandemic, and it really gave me something to do and helped me through all of it. But it was just as luck would have it, right before it hit.
Right.
That's where I learned it, and I'm thankful it did.
Yeah, there were so many different outlets that people saw, whether it was outdoors or creatively, and you found something new for you to do. So with the kit, is this about the size that you can make, or are there different sizes that you've experimented with?
Some are bigger, some are actually smaller. I like to make them this size because everyone has room for this.
Yeah.
You know, we're blessed with a lot of stuff, and I hear that a lot. Oh, I don't have room for a bit. Well, you have room for this if you like it.
Right.
So I keep it like a good size.
Right. And so the other piece, the wood, is that something you found?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because we were all home a whole lot back then, so
Yeah.
I found a lot of branches and whatnot. And I like nature. I like incorporating nature into my work. So I figured, hey, it adds that nature thing, and doesn't hurt that they don't cost anything. There's plenty of them all over the place.
Yeah, it's true. So tell me about the patch as well. Do you collect patches, or is this something you also had in your collection?
I probably had it because I love wolves. I
All
love
right.
dogs, wolves. So I saw that. I think this was about the time of the wolf moon that we're having right now.
Okay.
So I just figured, nice winter theme, have the wolf singing to the wolf moon.
Right. That's perfect. I want to take us over to your other piece. I'm going to carry the camera over there. So this is the other part of Winter Impressions. I'm hoping we can get far enough away from it. Let me
Thank you
check.
for putting it in the sunlight so it will sparkle.
Yes.
Sparkle.
The natural light in this, you can see outdoors, all of these galleries in the hallway of Hicks Art Center get some really amazing natural light. So if you want to move a little scooch closer, that's perfect. Oops. So this weaving is called Snowfall, and there is some iridescence to it. And did you add these flake-like sort of as tapestry later?
Well, I weaved it all, and then I just embroidered. That was one of the many things I learned during the pandemic, was also embroidery. So I like to put two art forms together. So I figured, well, I'll just embroider the weaving.
Yeah, the technique is great. It's simple, but yet the shapes are so evocative of those snowflakes and sort of the symbols that we see in a lot of other representations of that. And the blue also, there's so many paintings in this exhibition that illustrate snow on the ground. It has that resemblance of blue, kind of reflection of the sky. So I really appreciate how the color you've done there. So in your practice, do you do this at home then?
I do have a studio. I do it sometimes at home, sometimes in the studio. And one of the great things is it's almost meditative because they go back, forth, back, forth. And I always say, like, it does help with anxiety as well. That's why I joke. That's why I have so many. That's the anxiety. And it really helps with that.
Yeah, I know the feeling from my years of weaving in undergrad. I majored in fibers, and now I do more knitting, and which I'm kind of obsessed with at the moment. For some reason, I always go to it in the wintertime, and I've been working on the same scarf for like 3 years now, so we'll see if I ever get it done. But have you tried other sort of fiber-based media yet, or right now you're focused on weaving?
I still do embroidery, macrame, crochet. Actually, in about a month or so, I'm taking a knitting class for the first time. So I'm going there too. So any tips would be welcome.
Yeah, it requires a lot of concentration, I've noticed. And if I get